All right. So yeah. So we're talking about body game today. So we're talking to you, Jamal. We're talking to Jake. We're talking to
Hey, yo,
Paul.
nigga, coming Jamal.
Hey yo. But basically, you're a high six-figure earner, maybe seven-figure earner. You know, you have no problems getting money. You're in probably the top 10% of earners. Your finances are looking good. Your investments are looking good. But what's not looking good is the room that everybody always says, "Oh, and this is where the magic happens." On MTV Cribs, that shit is not looking good right now, guys. So, what is going to take us there? And that's how we kind of segue into fitness, right? Body game. So, fitness is going to be the easiest and most direct path to getting the relationships that you desire. So, the first point that we wanted to bring up is that the gym is basically your dating profile in real life.
Yeah, so listen. Here's what a lot of you guys don't fucking understand because you haven't been on Body Game. Like, the reality is there is no other way to conjure this genuine desire. Majority of that is going to come from your presence, which comes from the discipline that you build and the aura that you gain from going to the gym day in and day out, eating what you need to day in and day out, fighting your own demons and overcoming them day in and day out. That shit comes from the fitness journey. All right, so that is going to be your dating profile. Like, if you're a high, six-figure earner, I know a lot of you guys in the live were like, yo, I make 250K, I make 300K, I make this, I make that, but I'm struggling with women. You're not doing the inner work. You don't have aura. Even though you have the money, you don't have the aura because you're not in shape, right? So women don't even see you. You see what I'm saying? They have a threshold of what they see. So as soon as they see you, they're like, oh my God, he looks disgusting. He looks cooked, right? So then the only way to get her attention is going to be like, yo, I got to take her to Ruth Chris because you're going to have to overcompensate for what you lack as far as like that presence. When you walk into a room with Body Game, you have presence, okay? What is presence? It's aura and self-belief that you gain through the journey. When you are on your journey, no one else is going to get to your goals for you. No one else is going to show up for you. So you have to make these commitments to yourself when no one is looking. You have to have integrity. That shit is hard, all right? Because when no one's looking and it's Tuesday and DoorDash is having a 50% off sale and you're a fat fuck, you're like, yo, I just want to get the buy one get one free Chick-fil-A, man. Come on, man, DoorDash 50% off. That's what you want to do, but you have to say, no, I made a commitment to myself. I need to stay locked in, and then let me go to sleep and go to the gym tomorrow. All right. And the thing is, the difference with how you're perceived by women, because you got to remember, all of this stuff that we talk about is not my opinion. It's literally the marketplace determining your value, right? So when women look at it, when they're swiping, or if they see you in person, when they see that you're lean and in shape, they know, oh, he has something that other people don't. He has discipline other people don't. He has ambition that other people don't. Versus, you have a lazy fat guy who's just swiping on dating apps and he's like, I'm not getting any matches. This isn't fair. This isn't fair. All you guys not getting matches, it's not an accident. It's not an app glitch. It's because you're cooked. All right. A lot of you guys are always like, nah, bro, the app, bro, I don't know if it's the app. Should I pay for it? No, it's not going to help. All right. You're just going to be seen by more people. You get more rejections. All right. You don't have what they want. Like the marketplace is telling you, it's always a signal when you're not getting matches. It means the marketplace is telling you like, oh, you're not what we want. It's that simple. It's like you're going for an interview. You don't have the bare minimum requirements, and then you try to talk your way into it. And you're like, I'll pay to get this job, and they're like, you just don't have our requirements. We don't want you.
That was a pretty good, pretty good simile metaphor. Pretty good metaphor. But the next thing or the next point that I wanted to bring up was kind of along the same lines of like, oh, like a lot of people are always going to try to overcompensate, right, to get what they want. So the next point is that your body is your first line of game, right? So forget about the opening lines. Fuck that. All right, scratch that. Your posture, your energy, your eye contact, they speak before you ever say a word. And again, the only way to be confident is if you feel confident in yourself. What does that mean? That means you look good. So what's gonna be the dating hack for everybody? Because everybody wants that dating hack, right? Oh, like, yo, what do I say? What was that movie Hitch? Oh, what should I say to this girl? Like, I need to be witty, right? Well, the dude in Hitch was fat, bro. I like that dude. I forgot his name, but the dude was fat.
Kevin
bro.
James,
So
bro.
yeah, Kevin James. So he's overcompensating. It's just like you won't have to say anything if you're in shape and you're looking good and you're confident in yourself. You don't have to say anything. So you're overcompensating.
Bro.
So guys always want these dating hacks before fixing their bodies. It's like, bro, your abs are the opener.
Bro, that's so true. But listen, I already made this video, body game versus mouthpiece, and people are like, no, bro, you still need a mouthpiece. Well, listen, what most people lack is the body game aspect. All right, and the thing is, through the process of getting your body right, you develop this mental strength, this energy. Like when you look at Gon in the beginning of the series of Hunter x Hunter versus later down the road, he has different energy because he went through shit. So he's a different person. That's how body game is. Once you're getting fit, once you're getting different attention, once you're seeing how vain life is, once you see how important it is to pour energy into yourself and be intentional, you're going to become more intentional. That's going to be more attractive. You're going to be more assertive. That's also going to be more attractive. And you're going to see things for what they are, right? You're going to be more analytical, but also more objective. And all of that is going to help you with game in general. Like you're going to know that if you go to a bar and you try to use an opener at a bar, like, hey, you've been running through my mind all day. Some goofy shit like that instead of just saying, hey, what's up? When someone approaches you, you're going to know that just by being analytical. And people haven't really been on both sides of body game like I have, so they don't really understand like the difference, right? Because they're like, no, you need a mouthpiece. I am the same person I was when I was super skinny. Now, like I said, mentally I'm stronger and all that other stuff, but I still watch anime like I used to watch, right? Now, before when I watched it and I was skinny, chicks were like, "Oh, you're corny." Now it's like, "Oh, I like that. Like, which one do you watch? I'll watch it too." And then when I come see you, we can watch it together. That's what Body Game did. It made them. It literally that genuine desire came. So now it's like it's cool. It's cool if you watch this anime because there's genuine desire there. Like people don't understand how important your appearance is, and too many people tell me they struggle with with women or with this or with that, and it's like I look at you and I'm like, you're lucky you don't get a restraining order filed as soon as a chick sees you because you look cooked. Like you have crumbs on your shirt at age 27. This shit's crazy.
Shit is cooked. Yo, have you seen those memes or those videos on TikTok? They're like, oh, the Gen Z stare when Gen Z is just like looking at people. They're like, oh, Gen Z has a Gen Z stare because they are on their phones too much and they don't know how to interact in real life. But then the Gen Z people are like, no, that's not why. It's because some people literally come up to like a counter and they'll see them with a badge on and they work at like Chick-fil-A, right? They'll see them with the badge and they're like,
oh yeah, I seen that one.
Oh, do you work at Chick-fil-A? And they're like, and then they're looking at their badge and they give them that Gen Z.
Yeah, that
stare.
shit was
like,
funny, bro.
I was like, yo, bro, that's actually true.
The hotel one was funny, bro. There was like some dude working in a hotel, and someone came up to them when it was like, "Hey, you work in a hotel?" And it said the hotel name there, and they were dressed like they worked there, and they're just like, that shit was so funny. Yeah. Bro. That shit was funny, but like, yeah, man, that's kind of how it is with that's how it is with the body game shit. Like when people are like, "Yo, I'm struggling on dating apps," like that dude who swiped a bunch of times, he was fat. And I posted that on my TikTok, and there was people in the comments. Obviously, women are always going to do this. I don't know why they do this on social media. They just love lying on social media for some reason. They're like, "Oh my God, there's so much more than just his body. Like his personality matters." He looked like a fucking loser. He looked fat as shit. You know what I mean? And he had the fat nerdy glasses on, and he just looked sad. You know what I mean? He just looked disgusting. When you're in shape, you stand up straight, so you have this presence that nobody else has, bro. It is like you guys need to get in shape so you know what the fuck I'm talking about as well. Like, because when you get in shape and you walk around, it feels so different. Like. Every time we get on this call, I have an example from the same fucking day. And guess where I go? I only go two places, to the gym and grocery store. So when I was at the fucking gym today, I was doing my face pulls or whatever, and I had a tank top on. You know what I'm saying? So shoulder waist ratio going crazy. You feel me? And I was feeling myself because I was listening to Yeet, which I recommend for everybody for your mental health. Very important to listen to Yeet. You feel me? But anyways, I was listening to Yeet, just vibing and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just vibing. And then some chick, she was walking in the gym, and you could like see me as soon as you walk in. And then she was like, she was talking to a friend. She was like, "Oh my God!" And then they came to work out next to me. I was like, "Yo, like you guys are not working on this machine. Like you guys look lost on this machine. You guys have never been to this machine. I could tell. This is not where you're starting. Usually you start on the treadmill or something like that. But they're just looking at me the whole time and shit like that. Because at the end of the day, when the day starts and when the day ends, people are not lean. It is what it is. When people are on their way. But then they quit when it gets uncomfortable every time.
Yeah, that's literally the next point. That's literally the next point. So point number 3 is that fit men don't chase, they choose. So it's pretty much reverse roles from what most men are used to experiencing. Like when you go on Tinder, you're like, oh, I like this girl, and then but you have no options, but they have all the options. But when you're fit, it's the reverses are the roles are reversed. So when you're dialed in, women pick up on it. Right, and it's primal. You don't chase, you just filter. Right, so It puts you being fit like puts you into a more selective mode. I made like a pretty long video on this the other day. That video I told you about where I just yap, bro. I was just yapping, but it's basically like because I was thinking about like people like who were trying to talk to me and I was and trying to give me advice, and then I'm like, you don't look like what I want to look like. You're not where I want to be, so I'm not going to take your advice. And then it makes me more selective of who I listen to or where I'm going or all that stuff. It makes you more selective because not only are you are you like putting the time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears into all of this. You're putting hard work into it, and then these people who aren't are trying to. It's kind of like if you're running up downs, right? You're running up downs, you're running stadiums and stuff, and like you're doing all this hard work, and you have a football team, you have a team of people who are doing the same shit with you every fucking day, right? They're there with you every day, and then all of a sudden, this new person who's never done anything in his life, he's trying to join the team. He's like, yeah, I want to start at running back today. Like, bro, you weren't over there in the summer with us running all these up downs and stuff, and now you want to be part of the team? Nah, get out of here. Like,
that's funny. That's the DMs. That's the DMs I get. That's the average person. The average person says stuff like they'll be like they'll say shit like, man, bro, like I see your journey. Your journey is crazy, bro. Like you really made a change, man. Like I seen like the that 5 month of transformation you had. This shit was crazy, but like since I'm like really dialed in and I have like I'm gonna do fasting and keto, I'll get there faster. But I appreciate the motivation. 2 months later, they're gone, bro. Because they want 10 years worth of results super fast, but they didn't put the work in, man. Like I don't know why people fear the work so much. It's the only thing that they fear. They're so scared of the work. It's like people focus on so many other things. They focus on the different apps. You know what I mean? Like different lines. Someone instead of doing the work, instead of getting in shape, right? Instead of getting leaner, working on their mindset, reading books, instead of doing all that stuff, they will hire a mentor to try to find some secrets. And then the mentor will kind of tell them the same thing, and they'll be like, fuck, what else do I do? Let me hire somebody else. They'll do anything but the actual work. Because the work requires them to change their identity and be uncomfortable. Even if it's for one day, that's too much. Like it's too much to be uncomfortable for one day.
You're literally going through like the talking points in order. That's crazy. Because that's literally the next talking point is every rep is gonna build your self-worth. Every rep is what's gonna build your self-worth. So if you skip all those reps, that's like we go back to that metaphor of people who win the lottery. They were never monetarily savvy, financially savvy. So when they get that $1 bajillion, guess what? The next day it's gone. People like NFL players, NBA players, they're not finance majors. They don't have a financial advisor. Most of them. When they get that,
don't forget the greatest rapper of all time and his abs.
Yeah, again, like Drake with the fake abs. Like you got to go through the fire to become the new person on the other side, or else you're just that's kind of like putting a homeless person as a CEO of a major Fortune 500 company. Yeah, you can give him a haircut, clean him up, do all you want to make him look good, put him in that CEO's desk.
But he has schizophrenia.
Is he gonna run that company?
He has schizophrenia, bro. You cook. That nigga's running the whole time, bro. Yeah. No. He's not, I wanted to get back to that though with the Drake with the fake ab shit because I was reading comments because I was very interested about what people say because I didn't say nothing. I just wanted to read comments about it. I mean, I made a video on it, but I was reading comments about it on Thread, and people who don't work out were like, "You guys keep bashing men. You guys hate to see someone actually put the work in." And I'm like, bro, unless he was flying like fucking like like a royal guard, right? Unless he was flying and doing hanging leg raises with no arms, there's no way he lost fat nowhere else. But that's not how fat loss works anyways. You would still lose some fat in your arms. His arms and back and chest were 20 to 25% body fat, and his stomach is about 20% body fat, but then there's like muscle on top of it, which just doesn't happen. You know what I mean? So, but that just goes to show you how many people actually work out because people who think like, oh no, man, he was working. They don't work out, so they don't fucking know how it's supposed to look anyways. You see what I'm saying?
True.
So it kind of worked. It kind of works for some people. They're like, something looks wrong, but it looks right. Like, because they don't work out, so they don't fucking know. But it's not the end result that you want. You want who you become in the process. That's more important. Mm-hmm. All right, dinner with Jay-Z or 500,000. You actually might want to go to. No, you don't want to go to dinner with Jay-Z. He's not going to give you anything. But generally speaking, you rather have like a call with someone high level than just get a monetary amount because you won't know what the fuck to do with it. You see what I'm saying? But specifically, I don't know why they said dinner with Jay-Z like he cares about. He doesn't give a fuck about anybody. including Beyonce, bro. Like I don't know why they talk about his like dinner with anybody else. Maybe Elon Musk, because he'll get nerdy and he'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, I actually like that question. Let me tell you about an investment I made that I ain't telling anybody else. And then he'll tell you some
Say
shit.
shit.
So probably
Yeah.
probably dinner with Elon Musk instead of 500K.
Yeah, but yeah, when you so like every rep, it's again, that's what's building your self with, because you're like, damn, I put in that work. Like you're part of that football team that put in the work. You're not gonna let anyone else in your circle that's not putting in the same hard work, and then you're able you're able to be more selective because you're like
Facts.
you're thinking like, oh, okay, I did this, I did that, so I'm holding high standards for myself. So then, when other people are like, "Oh, let's go to McDonald's," you're like, "I'm not gonna put that in my body." That's kind of like if you have a Lamborghini, you're not gonna just take it to any random mechanic. You're gonna go to a Lamborghini mechanic because you're like, "Yo." So I always tell people like, "Yo, treat your body like a Lamborghini, bro. That shit, like you're like if you had a Toyota Corolla, you just probably throw old wrappers on the floor and stuff like that. Your bottles go on the floor. If you have a Lamborghini, you're gonna take care of it every single day. You're gonna wash it. You're gonna make sure that shit looks good. So your body is a Lamborghini, and it's what's gonna get you the Lamborghini. So you need to be taking care of it. So going to the next point, most dudes want high-level women with low-level habits. So you want a 10, but can't do 10 push-ups. Hey, bro, we got to fix that, bro. Hey, bro, we got to fix that. All right, so
That's crazy.
so like when guys like Andrew Tate or I forgot that Goggins guy, what his Daniel
David
Goggins?
Goggins.
I forgot. David Goggins. So when those guys are like when they get on camera and they talk pretty extreme, it's for a reason. It's to get the point across, and then it's to shake you up a little bit and to make you think about what's going on, because it's serious. It's about your health, like for real. It's about your health. It's not just like, oh, like I gotta get bitches, or oh, I gotta look good in the mirror, or I gotta flex for people. No, you gotta do it for yourself first. And at the end of the day, atherosclerosis is real. Okay, high cholesterol is real. High blood pressure is real. You don't want to be taking all these pills. Like, I mean, I know I don't want to take any pills. You want to take care of your body first. So,
Facts. But
that's where it comes.
like at the same time though, like the reason a lot of shit sounds extreme is because people have such different standards. Like like out of shape people's standards are ridiculous, because sometimes someone will be like, hey man, how do I lose fat, man? Like I'm 40% body fat, I really want to lose weight. Have you ever been this big? And I'm like, no, I haven't been that big because I have fucking standards, bro. Like I'm not, if I was 30%, I would be like, okay, I might have to see a therapist, because what the hell, I'm calling the suicide hotline every fucking day if I get to like 30%, dude. But like, yeah, when you get to 40%, that's because your standards are low, right? And it's not that you need someone else who is 40% to get down to know it's possible. It's you need to change your standards so you can get down, all right? Because some people will be like, well, you don't understand my situation. I understand that you got to 40%, which means you're eating 5,000 calories a day. So reduce your calorie intake, right? Change your standards and be like, I'm going to eat healthier. I'm going to treat my body better. I'm going to move more. I'm going to be more intentional. And then guess what? The physique that you want is just going to is going to manifest, all right?
100%. Going to the next point is fitness fixes what pickup lines can't. So we kind of talked about this a little bit before, so we can kind of like fly through this.
Yeah, we got to retouch on that, because that's the most important thing. That's the most it's the most important thing. Like people don't understand this shit. Like, how many times do I have to say the same shit over and over, bro? I say the same shit every fucking day, and people don't understand it. They're like, that's what's up, bro. So like that means I'm gonna go pick up line number 3. I'm like, bro, I just said fucking get in shape, bro. And they're like, yeah, that's cool, man. I like that you said get in shape, bro. Listen, you guys are continually trying to overcompensate for something like for not having a good physique, all right, which takes time and gets the most respect because it takes the most time, all right. Stop trying to use these dumbass pickup lines. You're not gonna pick up line your way, into having a woman have genuine desire for you, all right. She either has it or she doesn't. And stop spending time trying to, fix things with your ex because your ex doesn't want you. If she wanted you, it would be very easy to interact with her and be with her. The fact that it's not is because she doesn't want you. Chicks don't just do shit for they don't disrespect men that they actually want, right? And they don't make it hard for men that they actually want. If she's making it hard and she's disrespecting you, she's not playing games. She doesn't want you. All right, you guys are like, she's playing games. This is so fun. I love the game, bro. No. The game doesn't love you, bro, and she doesn't either.
Shit for the streets. For the streets. And then the next one is fat guys get ghosted, and then fit guys get posted. So that's actually very, very true. I think when I was like, I was posting some capping pictures, like my teeth were effed up, and then like I was way out of shape. I wasn't playing football anymore, and I was posting stuff, and then you could see on Instagram like, oh, how many sends are there? There's no sends, bro. You're not getting posts. There's no sends. Nobody's sending your pictures. And then now with like my fit pictures, you can see the sends. It's like a bunch of sends. Like people are sending the pictures, and you know who it is because you'll see them in real life. You meet them in real life, and then they'll ask you like, oh, like I saw your Instagram, or like, oh, I know you. I'm like, how the fuck do you know me? Like, oh, my friend is this person, and they're on they're sending your fit pics. All right, they're sending your fit pics. Okay.
You know what most people will never experience, bro. But when you do, let me just touch on that. When you do get in shape and you start going to like, because I used to have a lot of first date gyms, like gym sessions. So when I would go out to the gym with the chicks, get a pump or whatever, they'd be filming me and like sending it to their friend. I'm like, who you sending that shit to? They're like, I'm sending it to the group chat. I'm sending it to my friend. And I remember going through one chick's phone because she was like, hey, could you do blah 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 blah. I remember going through her phone and I look at her group chat and I'm like, yo, why am I in the group chat, bro? Like this bitch posted me in the group chat. I was like, whoa, yo, what the fuck is going on, bro? Some shit like that. It was crazy. But what most people would never experience is like when you go raw multiple times on social media, and then like you get a lot of sends, and then like you go out with the chick, it's crazy, bro. Because she's like, oh my god, like this is him with you. Like you're almost like a movie character, and then someone's gonna come up to you and be like, oh my god, aren't you that guy from TikTok? Someone's gonna come up to you, so then it's just gonna add to like the competition anxiety type shit. But it feels like celebrity status type shit. So it is like crazy as well. But that all comes from like body game. You guys trying a personal brand and you're out of shape. Nobody fucking cares, bro. No one respects you. You're like, nah, bro. Like I'm telling you, bro. Like, because a lot of people are like, hey, eat healthy and get lean. Wrong messenger, bro. You're fat as shit. You didn't do it. So I'm not listening to you. Get out of my face. Right. No.
Again, like taking advice from people who aren't where you want to be. Like exactly. I'm not taking advice from people if you don't look like what I want to look like, or and that's another thing too. Like we talked about like we don't ever really say like, oh, it's because I'm black or because I'm white. But like when we're doing this stuff and we're like considered like a minority, right? Then other people are like, oh shoot, like, oh, it could be done. So then those people are going to pay attention to what we're doing, right? It's because they're going to take advice from us because we're doing what you want to do, and we look like you. We look like what you want to look like, or whatever. So back at whatever. But basically, to kind of build on that, that's kind of what I was talking about to Nate about, like, oh, fat guys get ghosted, fit guys get posted, and we were basically talking about like, oh, and I was saying it's all about like survival of the fittest, right? And women are obviously hypergamous, and it's like innate. It's an innate thing that women are hypergamous. That's good. It's for the survival of the fittest. They want to go to the guy who's providing or who's getting the most, getting the bag, protecting the civilization, whatever, right? And then it's good because essentially, if you're not that guy, it's going to make the people who aren't at that level want to work up to be there. So then it's good for the greater community. So it's good that women are hypergamous. It's going to set that fire on your ass to want to do something. And
which is why
now there's even the competition is even stiffer because of social media. Because now we were talking about like overstimulation. People like women will be with like John over here or Jason, and freaking they'll be online and be like, oh well, Central C, we could go bun for bun. Yo, he's on stage and he's got a bunch of girls with him, and he looks like he's lit. Yo, Jason, John, yo, why aren't you like Central C? Why aren't you bun for bun? but you should like they're like yo, why aren't you doing this? So it's that comparison again, hypergamy, like monkey branching type thing. Like there's a lot of competition out there. So if you want to even try to compete nowadays, you're gonna have to really get in that shape. You're gonna have to get all your shit in order to even be considered in any girl's mind. And that's just the bare minimum is being in shape. The bare minimum.
And Central C and Gunna are in shape, and so is Chris Brown. Now they're not like the most aesthetic, but they're in better shape than literally 95% of people. 97% of people, they are. They just are, and they have the clout and the money, so it's like they're way ahead. So that's what chicks are dealing with. So if a chick sees that, and then she sees dudes on social media and stuff like that, and then she sees you're out of shape and broke, what the fuck, bro? And you're playing Roblox and your mom hates you, and you DoorDash all the time. You're like one of the top DoorDashers, and it keeps giving you points and stuff. Why would she want you, bro? Like it doesn't make any sense. Like all this stuff, like, oh my gosh, she should want me for me. Why, bro? Who are you? You are a video game player, NPC like everybody else, and you want her to want you for you. That would mean that being an NPC is how you pull chicks. Apparently, like no, that's not how it works.
For real. Going to the next one. So, your body reflects your standard. Again, I'm telling you. All right, so your body reflects your standards, and women can feel it. Remember, we just talked about that. We just talked about like
Yeah,
how
we just talked about that. Niggas don't know, like that shit is you can't fake. Like I said, you can't fake a good physique. You can't wake up and buy a good physique. You can't do that shit, right? So when people say dumb shit to me like, yo, I've been grinding, bro, like I don't know what's going on, I still have a big stomach. That means you haven't been grinding. That is exactly what it means. I know enough about you now, the conversation's over. Like you have a big stomach or you're over a certain percent body fat is because of what you're doing. There's no other answers. Nothing else matters. Like people are always like, nah, bro, I've been grinding. Like, no, man. Okay. So you're lying to me? Are you lying to God too? Like, bro, I'm not dumb enough to believe that you're 20% body fat and you've been grinding. That is, if I was grinding in the wrong direction, that's how I would be 20% body fat. Like people always lie about that shit. I know your standards based on how you look. That's why people who are fit hang out with people who are fit, and people who aren't fit don't hang out with people who are fit. You have different standards. At night, you're gonna be eating pizza. I'm gonna be sleeping or working out or doing some other shit, right? You can for fun. What do? You go drinking. For fun, I might go fucking hiking or some shit, or I might, might go to the gym or some shit. Do something active. You can't even fucking do that. You can't even do a pull up, bro. So if I go to the park, I'm like, hey, we're gonna stop and do calisthenics. You're like, oh, I can't do that. What the fuck, bro? So now we have no commonalities, right? So if you want to change your standards, right? If you want to change your environment, I mean. Like you want to change your friends specifically, you got to change yourself first. Because if you're 35% body fat and you want your friends to be 10%, as someone who's 10%, I have nothing in common with you. I don't want to be your friend. Like if you're like, yo, I want to be your friend. So our friendship, if I'm 10%, you're 35%, our friendship is me helping you. You're giving me no value, bro. Like, and we have no commonalities. So we can't hang out. It's like, let's go to the gym. You're going to die after my warm up, bro. Like, what are we doing? And I'm going to be like, let's jump rope. Your big ass can't jump over the rope, bro. Like, there's no reason to be working out together.
I was gonna say too, like some people do. So like perception is reality, right? So some people do think, okay, like I've been grinding, right? But like you said, sometimes you have to change your circle, change who you're around. Because like I remember after football, because football is like everyone's grinding, everyone's eating the same thing, doing the same.
We got to get into that a little bit more after this.
Right? But then like when I left that, then it was like, man, I thought I was grinding because I was going to the gym and I was running, but then like what I was eating was trash. So it was like, because I wasn't around anybody who was like fit, because I was, or like getting money, fit, like all that stuff. I was like, damn, I'm grinding, but like maybe I don't know what I don't know. You don't know what you don't know, which is why you need to surround yourself with a good circle of people who are going to help you to get to where you want to be. A group of people who can kind of point out, hey, this is what. Because when you moved up to Panama City with me, then it was I was like, bro, I'm going to the gym. I'm running and stuff. You're like, the fuck? Look at your plate, bro. You got that fat ass plate of rice. And then I was like, oh wait, what do you mean? You're like, oh, that's a lot of carbs. That's probably what's going on. Oh, look at this. And I was like, dang, like, how did I not know this? I was like, what the fuck? But it's because I didn't have anyone around me who was in that like that headspace, right? So sometimes people do think they're grinding, but you need to get around us, get around a group of people, change your environment, and then they say they always say, like, if you can't change your circle, change your circle. So like that basically means if you can't change, like, and usually you can't change people, okay, but if you can't change your friends, like say your friend is John and Jason, okay, and you're like, yo guys, we got to get fit, and they're like, yo, we're going drinking, yo, we're gonna go to the pizza eating contest, you're like, come on guys, come on, let's change. And they're like, nah, we're going drinking, we're going to the pizza eating contest. You're like, dang, if you can't change your circle, go find another circle. So if you can't change your circles, change your circle, for real.
Or have a lonely arc where you work on yourself and then your circle changes. But speaking of that, I've had some clients, and they'll be frank about it, which I appreciate them being frank about it. But it just goes to show like how much people want to be average and have comfort. Because I had some clients and they're the leanest in the friend group, and to me they're like, it's like the fattest person I've ever seen in my life, and I'm like, how the fuck are you the leanest who was your friend group? Jabba the Hutt times 5? Shit's fucking insane. But they'll be like, I'm the leanest in my friend group. They're comfortable with that. I was like, okay, you need to lock in, focus on yourself, and then look at people who inspire you, and then you'll have a new friend group once you get to your goal. Right? And then they still hang out with their friends, and they say they're trying to change their friends, but they love being the most lean in their friend group. They like the pond that they're in. They don't want to go to a bigger pond because it scares them, right? So they stay in that comfort zone. A lot of people stay in their comfort zone. Now, perception is reality, because a lot of people, because even right now with like TikTok spreads information fastest. That's why I always talk about it. Because even right now with TikTok, they're like, oh my god, like if you do like moderate volume, which I think is still low. If you do low volume in the gym, people will be like, "Oh my god, holy cardio! Like that's too many sets." It's not too many sets. Chris Jones used to do high volume, but he wasn't training 4 times a day, right? They would call that high volume. That's the volume you need to be doing as a natural, right? If you played football, or you've done track or you've done wrestling in high school, you know that those coaches are literally professionals at pushing you to the limit right before you die. So you've had like the shin splints and you still got to run 4 200s at practice and then 6 300s or something like that. You've had the shoulders pain and the stingers from football practice. You know what I mean? But you still got to hit. You still got to do the tackling drills. You see what I'm saying? So you've pushed yourself to the limit, right? And you're in high school. Those moments are what's going to make your mind tougher. But also, all those moments are way harder than the fitness journey. So I'll have people on the fitness journey, and they'll say stuff like, "Yo, I don't know, man. This is kind of hard. I can't recover." I'm like, dude, you're working out 5 days a week or 4 days a week, and these workouts are fucking easy. All right, these workouts are a joke. You're doing. You know, you might be doing 20 sets max. That's still way too low. Like the human body's so much more capable of that. As hunter gatherers, that's all we used to do all day. We used to just run outside all day. But as men, with more muscle mass, we have more muscle mass than women. We are capable of working out 2-3 times a day, right? But you don't have to do that to get lean. You only have to work out once a day for like 5 days, which is fucking easy. And then you just watch what you eat. But the reason people think that, oh my god, this is crazy, because they've never had a structured routine before. You know what I mean? And it's like they've never worked out or pushed themselves before. So when they're sore, they're like, oh, this is discomfort. Must get rid of it. Like they're so used to being comfortable, air conditioned, you know, everything perfect. When they go to sleep, no muscles hurt. When they wake up, no muscles hurt. So the first time they have like, you know, joint pain or muscle pain, they're like, I have to go to the doctor. How many doctors should I go to? What test should I run? Hey, had knee pain, bro. What test should I run? Like that's how they act. I'm like, bro, like when someone tells me, oh, I have knee pain, I'm like, congratulations, that means you're working out. Good. Like it doesn't matter.
That goes to the next point.
Gym. I'm just gonna bro. But like I said with the foot pain, bro, like the Muay Thai people get cramps, right? Take a little bit of electrolytes. Then they do their third workout of the fucking day, bro, where they're kicking and they're literally just like busting their ass, bro. That's what we're capable of as people. So if you're 3 2-hour workouts is what the Muay Thai people do, but it's high intensity. And you're telling me 1 60-minute workout is difficult for you? You're literally, your standards are low and your perception is way off, and you're underestimating yourself.
And along with that, so the gym, this is the 9th point. So 2 more points here. The gym teaches masculine polarity, which 90% of guys lost. So what is that? That is the discipline. That's the pain tolerance, the delayed gratification. All of those are turn-ons to feminine energy. So it complements feminine energy. So that's just like a primal attraction, right? Right. This guy's he doesn't need me. He doesn't need me. That's like the delayed gratification, right? Like girls don't like thirsty guys where you're like, oh yeah, I like how you looking. You trying to go back home? You trying to go back to my crib? It's like, yo, come on, bro. Like, but once you've done the delayed gratification, you've gone through the body game. You've felt the pain. You're striving to get that dream body, and every day you're showing up. You understand that sometimes to get to where you want to be, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take discipline, and you're not needy. You understand that it's gonna come. All time is together, but it's gonna come, right?
I must have watched my video that I just posted.
Bro, no, this is all it's in the ether.
Yeah,
bro.
No,
This is like
you know what you're referring to though. One of the most important concepts of all time. It goes across everything. Outcome independence. Outcome independence is everything. You get that from the fitness journey. It's like if you say that you're in shape but you don't have aura, it's because you haven't mastered outcome independence, which would be pretty crazy. You know, considering that you have to delay gratification so much during the journey. Like, you have to delay gratification so much because in the beginning you're like, no, I want the results now. You know what? I'm going to stop this diet if I don't get lean tomorrow. I'm going to stop this diet if I don't this. And then you realize, like, this is going to take time. So then you're like, I don't care. When I get the results, I'm just going to do what I need to do. That mindset is literally part of outcome independence, right? And then you get comfortable being alone because you have to say no to so many people in so many different situations to stay on track. Right, so now you're comfortable being alone. So now, when you go to date chicks, if you apply the same, mindset, she's like, "Oh, I gotta cancel," and you don't say like, "Oh no, what happened? Did your dog die?" You just don't answer. You're just like, "Oh yeah, fuck that bitch." And then like she's like, "What the heck? He didn't try to reschedule." And then like 2 weeks later, she'll be like, "Hey, like, do you want to meet up?" And you're like, "Nah, I got shit going on." She's like, "What the fuck? I'll come over right now." And then you're like, nah, I'm good. And she's like, no, I know where you live. I saw you on Instagram. You're like, fuck, just come over there. Like that type shit. Like that's what's gonna end up happening, and people don't realize that shit.
Yeah.
Like chicks will be like, no, like I'll do anything. Like I'll come. Like I remember there was one chick on I went viral on TikTok, of course, and then some chick hit me up on Instagram, and she messaged me, and then she messaged me again. And then I looked and I was like, oh, she messaged me before, and I just left her on red. I thought I was fine. I left her on red. And I went to work because I had to go to work. I had a schedule going, work out, and then go to work, and then come home, sleep. So I'll be awake and sleep at weird times. So then she was like, oh my god, this guy's not gonna give me a chance. Like I'm not gonna get a chance with this guy. This is like my first choice. This is my type. Like I have to do something. And she's like we can't go to dinner or anything. I was like, I don't want to go to dinner. And then she was like, but like what can I do? And then I just left her on red. And then I was like, if you really want to see me, you're going to, and I gave her very specific instructions, bro. I gave her Lutheristic, very fucking specific instructions. Like interest level had to be 3,000 out of 100 to do this shit. And she came over and she did this shit. This one you left. This one you went to Panama City and you know. So like I had the whole crib to myself. So bro, I thought I was a rich nigga. I was like, yeah, I got the 2 bedrooms. Yeah, but yeah. So
That
I was
part
like,
was big as fuck, bro.
hell yeah, bro. So I was like, you got to bring a cast iron pan. You have to bring this specific cut of steak, and it has to be from fucking Publix and marbled. All right, and you have to do this and you have to do that. It was these crazy instructions, and you have to bring. It was just the craziest. It was the most specific. It honestly looked like a ChatGPT like printout because it was like, there's no way anyone could be this specific. Is this nigga a psycho? And then she did all that shit. So it was like that's what's gonna happen. Like we said earlier, like when you're fat, you get ghosted. When you're fit, you choose. It's how it works. The people who've been fit since they're 15 years old, they don't watch any of my videos because they're like, duh. There's no way people actually don't know this. People don't know this, And specifically, when women watch these videos, they're like, people don't know this? Like, they're very shocked. They're like, there's no way guys don't know this shit. This has to be satire. Like, because a lot of men don't have, like, father figures in their life, right? If you didn't play sports and you were raised by a single mom, you are literally cooked. Only 100% of the time, though. You're literally cooked.
100%. Bro said 100% of the time is crazy. No,
literally, dude. Like, but, no masculine influences, you're cooked.
Yeah. And then I don't like this last point. It says you don't need to look like a model. You just need to look like you respect yourself. I mean,
no.
If you're...
This is good though. This is good. That is good because listen, it's actually like because in Gainesville, my arms were pretty big, my shoulders were pretty big, my quads were pretty big. I was like massive. I was probably like 18% body fat. Running numbers, bro. Like I didn't even. Sometimes chicks showed up. And I was like, what is she doing here? And then apparently there was a message that I sent like fucking 4 days ago setting up a date to come that day. Like it was crazy. It was just hella chicks and shit like that because, I was confident about myself because I made a change, right? You just have to be confident in the change you made. So if someone's 20% body fat, they can have more confidence than someone else who's 20% body fat if they went from 40 to 20 and they thought they never could. Versus that person who went from like 10 to 20 might have less confidence because they're not keeping commitments to themselves. So it also depends on like where you're coming from, right? And your trajectory. Your trajectory is the most important thing. If your trajectory is going like this, your confidence will be up, right? If your trajectory is going like this, good luck having your like. If someone's 7% and that's like what they want to be all the time, and they're at 16% and they look great to other people, but they're failing mentally every day and they're not keeping commitments to themselves and they're having all these cheat meals. That's gonna bother them and affect their energy. Their aura is gonna be, like when they were talking about Gone and Kill Us Potential, they were saying that their aura was so like, uniform, right? Because they're so certain and intentional with what they do. Versus other people were like not certain, so their aura was kind of messy. So that's what that is, and women says that shit.
Yeah, that's very true. Cause like, when I was having like a lot of cheat days, and then like those are the days where I wasn't performing in my trades wasn't performing, bro. Pulling up on females wasn't performing, bro. Well, but then like when I locked in, like the last 2 weeks have been serious locking. Just like literally not going anywhere, no alcohol, nothing. Just putting on my headphones, going to work, and then doing my 6 mile run, right? So that's when I felt like I was like in this space, like in the zone, right? I was tapped in. And I was getting the biggest trades. All my trades were crazy. Everything I posted for my Discord with my trades were crazy. And then that's when like the universe feels it. Like again, like
that feeling,
your aura will like freaking exude into the ether, because then That's when I told you like girls started messaging me like, like come over. I'm like, dang, dude, like where were y'all when last week when I was having my cheat meal? I swear. I was like, yo, where were y'all last week when I was having my cheat meal? But it's like when I'm locked in, like it's two things. It's like the universe feels, it's like it feels your aura and it feels you and it wants to reward you, but at the same time, it's a test to see, hey, are you going to go back to the old habits? So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. But yeah, still stay locked in. I'm not saying like don't enjoy some pleasures, but still stay locked in. And then the whole thing of like, hey, you have the choice if you're practicing body game. You really do, because it's like what I just told you with that one girl. Freaking she's always like wanting me right, and then like I was like, oh, whatever, and then like this girl just went off on me because I'm like, I'm locked in, I'm really focused, and it's like, you can't hate me for being focused. I'm sorry. And it was explained up front, right? Like, I'm locked in, I'm focused, I'm getting to the bag, I'm focused on my fitness and myself. I have high standards, so you need to respect that. So she went off. I was like, all right, cool, go off, do your thing. And then freaking weeks later, text, hey, what are you doing? Like, listen, I'm still locked in. He's like, can I? And then like they're very submissive. Like, whatever you tell them, I say, show up at this time, bring this, boom. They're on it.
Yeah, how much do I weigh, bro? Let me see. 191.
Press it. How much?
I'm trying to message.
We need to do a. We need to do a. Hold on, let me turn. I'll stop this right here.